There was good, New York. Back with another New York or Nothing video. Let's dive right into this jam-packed weekend. We had an amazing weekend from our New York sports teams, MLB, Yankees, and the Mets closing out their series. And then we got basketball, the Knicks finally edging out a wonderful team in the LA Clippers. Let's start by talking a little bit about what happened this weekend with the Mets. They played the Arizona Diamondbacks and was able to sweep them out for the series. We heard that Francisco Lindor and I want to say McNeil got into a little bit of an altercation during Saturday's game. It came out later that it was over a raccoon or a rat, but nobody really believes that. We know that it was most likely that Lindor and McNeil had a fight, didn't want it to come out to the media, so they just blamed it on the rats and raccoons. We know New York is full with them. After the fight gets through, you see Lindor come out and hit his first home run for the season, the first as a New York Met, and wow, what a home run it was. It helped them close out the game against the Diamondbacks, and it was just great to see Lindor finally come alive a little bit. Sometimes in sports, that's all you need. It's a team sport. It's nothing bad to have a little bit of a disagreement or argument. These are grown men playing a sport, and when you're not winning, people tend to get frustrated. You saw Lindor come out, take his frustrations out on that baseball, and really crush a home run.
And he drives one to left field, down the line, headed toward the corner, and that ball is out of the air!
After they win the game, McNeil and Lindor are all smiles. Winning solves so much. We see that with every team. We see that with the media. Everyone loves to win. So the Mets had a little bit of a scandal, but I think they'll be able to overcome it with this winning. They're finally above 500. Sweeping out the Diamondbacks was really great for them. What's not as great for them, that DeGrom is on the IL. He pitched a pretty good game and ended up getting a win, but left early because of, I want to say, tightness in the back. He had some lat problems before, so we know that this might be an injury that is getting aggravated. I don't know why they let him play after they did let him play a few days earlier. Should have just kept it safe, but today it's official. DeGrom is on the IL. It's really unfortunate. I really want to see him bounce back, and I wanted to catch some more wins because, it really sucks when the best pitcher in baseball doesn't have too many wins under his belt because the team hasn't gotten there yet. But lots to look forward to from the Mets. Let's talk a little bit about my team, the New York Yankees, and how they close out this important series against the Nationals. 3 series in a row. They beat out Detroit last week. They beat out the Houston Astros within the week, and now they beat out the Nationals. They had a really slow start, and the first game of the series was horrendous to watch. One of the worst defensive outings from the Yankees. We saw Gleyber Torres with a few errors. We saw Aaron Judge not able to catch a few balls. So it was a real problem game all around. It was a little bit worse. So I'm thinking that, hey, after this whole stretch of winning 5 games in a row, maybe the Yankees might be regressing again. A little bit of anxiety inducing. But then we got to see 2 games back-to-back where Giancarlo Stanton was just on fire, man. Closing out these games and getting us 2 important dubs that we really needed. He had that walk-off against the Nationals.
Hit shortly and through for a base hit, and the Yankees win. 3-2, Stanton with an RBI single. The Yankees walking off 2 days in a row. And
it's been so much fun to see him get a little glitz and glamour of New York and a little bit of love from New York Yankees fans because the expectations for him have been so high thus far, and it's just great to see him capitalize on it. Aaron Judge has been very slow recently, but as long as we're winning games, no one's gonna complain. We want to see a little bit more from the bottom of the lineup. The top of the lineup has been doing pretty relatively well. I'm excited for this Yankees team. It's really great to get back to winning again. Like I said with the Mets, winning solves everything. We saw it with the Yankees, we see it with the Mets, and now we're gonna see it some more with the Knicks. Let's dive right into what happened this weekend with the Knicks. They had a little bit of a break after losing that game against the Suns. They came out on Sunday against the Clippers looking like they knew what they were doing. Started the game a little slow, but won the second, third, and fourth quarters against the Clippers, a championship caliber team. I loved what we saw from the Knicks. You saw their defense really take it up a notch. Reggie Bullock and RJ Barrett really able to lock up PG and Kawhi to the best of their ability. They're still going to get some points, but able to make them get some inefficient shots up and just make them force shots. I love what we saw from our offense as well. Derrick Rose doing his thing, dialing back time. He's been on fire recently. Arguably the second best player on the Knicks. I love RJ's potential, but I just love what Derrick Rose has been contributing on a nightly basis to our team. He's been on fire, man. Getting it done from everywhere, around the rim, from three-point land. Would love to see his defense improve a little bit, but I'm going to take what I can get from him. Let's talk a little bit about Randall and the way he's been playing. He had a little bit of a slow start, but can you blame him? He was being guarded by two of the best defenders in the league in Kawhi and Paul George. He wasn't able to really get started at first, but down the stretch, wow, when we needed him most, Randall was hitting some clutch shots, man.
Go to Randall again, just 4 of 15 from the floor. He's doing everything else, though. 13 rebounds, 5 assists. He swishes.
He wants that left hand.
Batum. Randall pulls up and score.
Randall with his left hand.
Now it's George against Randall. It was Batum on the last possession. Fall away. Hit it again.
I love that the rest of the league is finally catching up and giving him his accolades that he deserves. You're noticing a lot of sports anchors and media personnel really talking about how Randall is a top 5 MVP candidate now, and I love it. I love the respect that Randall's getting. I love the respect that he's getting it from defenses, doubling him with two of the best defenders in this league, and him still coming out on top and making some big shots to win the game.
Leonard defending Randall. They double now with George. Shot clock.
Let's talk a little bit about our defense too, man. RJ Barrett, he's been doing so good for us in terms of the defensive end. We saw him have that huge block against Paul George. What a meaningful block. And then we saw Nerlens Noel with that big block on Kawhi. It's so nice to see this team have this defensive scheme on lock and really buy in. It was really tough for me to even believe that we would beat the Clippers, man. I was getting into predicting on Twitter, if the Knicks lose today, then Miami goes to the 4th spot and we go here. Man, this team has been non-stop just demolishing any expectation we have for them. So we gotta stop putting limits on this team. This is not the same Knicks team as we've seen in our previous years. We got some really big minutes from our big men, Taj Gibson dialing it back with some really good veteran play, huge offensive rebounds and putbacks, and then we've been seeing Obi Toppin, man. Wow, hooping and swooping.
Knicks got into it with the Suns a little bit in their last game. Obi Toppin on the floor puts it in.
He's been playing so well for us. A lot of people were so ready to write him off as a bust. And I'm not saying that he's looking like Michael Jordan's next coming, but like he's really come onto his own in terms of the defense and offense. You're seeing him look much more comfortable on both ends of the floor. He knows where he belongs and he knows where to be when he needs to be there. I love what we're seeing from him. He's been much more aggressive and he's been much smarter about how to use his athleticism. Once this guy gets a little bit of his footing on the ground really in the NBA, he's gonna be a real problem. We've seen it with him in college. I've heard about it in the high school level. He takes a little bit of time to wind up and really get good, but once he gets there, man, what a player he is. This upcoming week with the Knicks is going to be really crazy. I believe there's only 4 more games left, 1 more for the road trip, which is against the Lakers tomorrow night. The Lakers were able to beat the Suns, so really got to bring our A game there. But even if we lose that game, this little road trip will end up going down as a 3-3, and I'm okay with that. I'm going to sign up for that. Like I said, I really wanted to get just 1 out of the 3 when it came to the 2 LA games and the Suns game. But hey, let's get greedy. Let's get that second Lakers game. I think we could end up closing out this series strong. We got those 3 home games coming up. I love what we saw from New York this week. I really want to see some more. It was so nice to see the Mets, Yankees, and the Knicks winning on Sunday because it's been so frustrating recently. It feels like when the Yankees win, the Knicks lose. When the Knicks win, the Yankees lose. I hate that for our teams. I want to see nothing but wins. I want to see nothing but happiness. It's so cool that we're about to see the Knicks play some basketball beyond the season, man. We haven't seen this in so long, some postseason basketball. If you guys like my content, make sure you guys are liking, commenting, and subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate the love. It's always fun and it's always a pleasure talking to you guys. I will see you guys soon. Peace.